Hi again. Right now we're going to talk about basically using TinkerCAD and our Arduino boards to do some projects, remote learning time. I'd rather do these in class any day of the week. I'd rather have you guys and girls actually sit down and get an Arduino board and a kit. I think I've shown you one before, um, but if you haven't seen one, mine aren't actually out right now, but we've talked about them in class. I I have like 6 of them that are mine. Plus, I have another 5 or 6 or 8 or 10, honestly 12, that are at the school for you guys and girls to use for these assignments when we're in class. We've played with them in other sections, so let's just look at this. Arduino quarter 4 1. We're going to have you do some stuff with this. Basically, practice with it for right now because you're going to get some work on it later. Now, here's your actual page. Tells you due dates and stuff. But we've got the snippet codes loaded right from the source. They were uploaded and available to us. Other things we got in here, there's the PDF of the book, or you can actually download the book right here. I don't care which way you do it. I usually go and look at it this way. Okay, but so there's my projects book, and I'm just going to walk right through the projects like we showed you before. So I'm going to move this off and get TinkerCAD in front of us. Okay, and if I'm looking at TinkerCAD right here, let's get into this and start doing some looking. First off, as I'm reading through the book, I showed you that in the other video. I'm going to go down in here and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do an Uno search. Like, I think this is one of my favorite parts. So when you open the book, actually, I'm going to grab my book out of my desktop right here. So bear with me for just a second. Okay, I'm not sure which. Yep, there it is. So there's my book. I've downloaded it. Okay, as I go into this guy, can I pause that? All right, I'm gonna move this over here to the other screen so it's not in the way. Okay, but anyway, so I go down this thing. I'll read through this. I'll be review on you what you've done, talk about components and pieces. As I get down here a ways, the first project it has me do, after I get familiar with the board, is right down here. There's supplies. There's how you code it, etc., etc. Okay, I'm basically making a switch, so I'm going to pull this down and look at it. And it talks about diodes and things here. So I'm basically making that right there. Well, okay, if I move this out of the way, I'll move it over here. It's basically this. If I click on that resistor right there, look at it's already set up. You can just grab it. It's a pre-made one in here. So I hit the start button. Hey, look, it works. Okay. So it's actually got some coding attached to it already. It's pre-done. So I don't really want this one. So, okay, so that's going to be my next piece. Hold my shift key down. I can highlight everybody real quick. Oh, come on, like me today. And remove them. Yeah, okay. We're going to remove all those pieces. And I'm going to go over here onto my sheet and say, okay, what's the next one I want to do? Well, I attach a push button to it. So I've got to attach a push button. Well, do I have one here that's got a button installed? Nope. So I'm literally going to have to make the push button. Okay. There's a bunch of Arduino projects pre-made for us, but let's do this. I'm going to bring out a normal board and drop it off. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here to my basic parts. I know I need a LED. I'm just going to plug him in, say like right here. Okay. And I know I need a push button. Well, there's a push button right there. So I'm going to have this push button stretch over. Okay. So what do I got to do? Well, I've got to go, oh, I need a diode or a resistor too. And that's got to go in on that leg right there. And it's got to go to my positive terminal. Okay. So all I have to do now is connect from here to there and from here to here. And I do, like I said, color code them. So this is going to become a red one, and this is going to become a black line right there. All right. And then I should have everything else connected correctly. So if I hit the simulation, what happens? I push the button down. it works. Okay, so that's the first couple of projects we have in the book, and it basically is meant to remind us about how we do all of this, what's going on in here, how our circuits work, what they've got in it. And as I build more complicated ones, I can do other things to it. So if I go in here, like if I want to see what's going on in this case right here, I'm going to drop that multimeter right there for a minute. And I want to say, okay, well, what's really happening here? Well, let's look at this. If I bring this down like this and attach it right there, can I see anything here? And I take the other one right here and I attach it, what is effectively to the positive terminal. Well, in that case, I could literally attach it right there and it should do the exact same thing, I believe. Yeah, it's just a volt measurement. Hey, I got 5 volts going through this. When I hit the button, nothing changes. Okay, stop. What happens if I take this though and I put it on either side of that lead? What's occurring? That's what I want you guys and girls to think about for a minute, because when it's still got 49 millivolts going through it. When I depress the button, it goes up to 1.89 volts. So let's stop this for a second and let's bring this guy over and we'll put another voltmeter on here. But this is going to go right here. It's going to measure. Oops, got to get things squared up because that bothers me if it's not. All right. Why do I got 0 volts and then when I release it, it goes up? That's what I'm asking you to know. What's going on here? What happens in a diode that causes that to occur? Why? Well, let's see. My voltage goes up, comes through here. Well, until it can go past here, there's no voltage pushing. There's nothing happening. Now they're going through. This is eating up a portion of the voltage. Well, let's see. Does it still come back to 5? Yep. That's what's going on here. Now, if I change this to a ammeter and put it in series, I can check and see when the current actually crosses through it. Okay, those are the kind of things we're asking you to look at to understand what's really going on. Okay, so that's all I'm really asking you for here. Look at it, pay attention to the notes, the numbers, and understand what's really happening. So when we're working with our stuff, I'm really trying to be a little vague here on purpose because I don't want to just give you the answers. I want you to go back to your notes, go back to your reading, go back to your assignments, and make sure we understand what we're doing. Okay? Hey, thanks, guys and girls. We'll talk to you again later.